what a beautiful morning. It's Friday morning, and that means it's time for the First Federal program on WROI Giant FM and streaming live on the First Federal Facebook page.
Well, we're not exactly streaming live on the First Federal Facebook page, but it is indeed time for the First Federal program on a chilly Friday morning. Good morning, Todd.
Morning, Paul. Frosty morning, of course. Your window's frosted up, and apologize for not being on Facebook Live today, but we'll have audio posted to that later today. Just a couple cold technical difficulties today.
Yeah, you know, when the weather gets like this, you got to be prepared for any quick changes.
So we're blaming Tanner then? Is that what we're doing, blaming Tanner Lee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to sit here and as the gentleman cleans off the sidewalk across the street, I think my car's going to get a little snowier.
It is frosty morning out there. It's a good white Christmas. We're going to get a white Christmas this year.
Yes, I saw a map last night that said had the viewing area for the South Bend stations and said chance of a white Christmas 100%, and then the lower half was chance of a white Christmas 100%, but in green.
Okay.
So the top half was red and the bottom half was green.
Okay.
So it was,
be a little creative.
Yeah, it was cute. I enjoyed seeing that.
Well, I made this reference before. It's definitely a 3-dog night last night, and probably tonight.
Yeah, it might be a 4 or 5 tonight. Yeah. It's going to be a little chilly still.
Keep your pets safe. Bring them inside. Keep yourself safe if you're doing any traveling. Take that extra coat. Travel like you might get stranded. Kind of hate to say that, but you never know. You want to have that extra coat and blanket. And
Yep. As it starts to get cold, we always put together a winter travel kit for the vehicles, just so that way we have everything if something does happen.
That's a great idea.
And as much as I hate to say it, I try not to travel with my wife since we're the only two with the licenses in the house. If something happens, I want one of us to be able to go save the other.
Yep, that's a great idea. Practical words there. So it's going to be one of our colder Christmases. Yes. At one point, they
said it might be one of the coldest Christmases on record.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a boomer remembering the old days, but I remember in 1983 when I was first going out with my wife. Our first Christmas together, it was minus 20 degrees in 1983, and
all right.
I couldn't make it home to Kokomo because my car wouldn't start, and so I got introduced to the family like at the Christmas dinners, like the Christmas Eve and dinner, and they were great, and now we've been married 37 years after that.
Yeah, well, congratulations.
So, great experience, yeah. So cold winter weather, that's good. Any Christmas traditions you're doing this year or you've done in the past?
Normally in the past, we kind of separate everything over a couple of days. Before my mom moved in with us, we'd go to her house on Christmas Eve and then do our Christmas Day, and then my dad's Christmas on Christmas Day. And normally we do my mother-in-law's the Sunday after Christmas, but with it being New Year's Day this year, we decided we'll just cram everything into Christmas Day. So
immediate family, you open Christmas Day, not Christmas Eve?
Yep.
That's a tradition then?
We get one gift the kids get to open on Christmas Eve. Normally it's Christmas pajamas or something like that, which we actually went ahead and let them open them last night just in case it got too cold, or we did lose power because it was all sweatsuits.
Oh, that's nice.
They were plenty warm last
Always
night
thinking
if anything
ahead,
happened.
Being prepared for the cold weather, right?
Trying my best.
Yeah. The diehards are in here today. Yourself, me, Randy, and I already saw somebody at the bank. The bank plans on being open as of right now and tomorrow. If anything changes, we'll let Paul know, and they'll announce on the radio. And Tanner will post online. But be safe out there if you're coming into the bank. And just take your time. And the biggest thing about driving this kind of weather is keep your speeds down. That's how you stay safe.
Yeah, I drove about 20 the whole way here, which doesn't seem crazy slow, but I normally drive about 30 down 9th Street. I probably shouldn't be saying that on the air, but okay.
It's 25, isn't the speed limit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
well, we won't.
Yeah.
Yeah. We won't say what color car you have or anything like that.
No. It's a dark blue Chevy. Oh, that's right.
That was my car. You're okay. Yeah. So I mentioned Die Hard's Christmas movie or not?
No.
I agree.
Yeah. No, it's not. The director said it's not, and now I'm drawing a blank on the star's name. He's even said it's not. So
Bruce Willis.
Yes, yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It as soon as we started talking, it just went away.
That happens. So any favorite holiday movies?
The Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. Have you watched it yet this year?
Yes, we've watched all but the one that they released this year.
Okay, I was looking at that the other night. That's actually a series.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite Santa Claus movie?
The original.
The original, yeah.
Yeah.
As they go down the line, it seems like they're really stretching there, you know?
Yeah. It could have ended with the first one and been good. We didn't need to introduce the second one. But it was nice to see how he had to get Mrs. Claus and all that stuff.
This past weekend, my wife and I went to Wabash to see It's a Wonderful Life at the Eagles Theater.
Okay.
And I was talking to Julie Schambarger with the Times Theater here. That's their plan next year, is to show Christmas movies the whole month of December.
Oh, that's cool.
So that'll be nice. She mentioned also something about maybe the month of October, kind of scary movies for Halloween, things like that. So they've got big plans. Did you go out to the marquee lighting?
I did. It was a fantastic ceremony.
Nice crowd out there.
Yes.
I mean, it was almost like a picturesque thing, snowing.
Yeah.
Were people caroling or anything like that? Or
no, but there was Christmas music playing throughout downtown.
That's right, from the WROI Giant FM.
Yeah, so that was nice.
That was really impressive. I saw some videos of it. If nobody has seen those yet, go out to Facebook. It's a beautiful sight. It's awesome. I don't know how to describe it otherwise.
Yeah. It was fantastic. It was great to see. It was cold, but yet when the lights kicked on, you still got that kind of cold chill just because it was so nice to see it lit back up.
Right. Last time it was lit, do you know?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not. Julie did give a little bit of a speech before the lighting, but it was a little hard to hear from where I was standing. Yeah. So she might have said how long it had been. So Julie would definitely know that info.
Well, it's a great thing. I think it's going to draw people of the community and restaurants. And talking to Julie yesterday, they plan on, there's an opening anniversary coming up, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And they have lots of things scheduled for the weekend after that. So look at the Times Theater Facebook page and you'll learn more about that. And Julie's always out and about talking about it and promoting it in the community. And,
absolutely.
And they're still looking for some fundraising dollars too. So that's just to let you know, if you have an interest in that, just reach out to Julie Schambarger on the Times Theater Facebook page. You can help them out.
All right.
So talking about holiday movies, White Christmas is one of my favorites, and we haven't watched that yet. Fittingly, we're probably going to watch that tomorrow. Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Holiday movies. That's the trivia for today.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we've had this in some form before, but we'll ask it again.
All right.
The highest grossing Christmas movie of all time. Home Alone. Home Alone 2. Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The Grinch.
All right.
A little confusing there because you've got similarly titled things. And I think Tanner may have done that on purpose.
He did. His goal is to stump me for the rest of the year. So.
And some of these have the years by them, and I could probably give you the years, but that might be too easy then.
Maybe not, because I'm still. They all did good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll have to think.
And I think number 5 I looked at that up after I got the questions from Tanner yesterday, was kind of hard to believe, the Polar Express, but that.
Okay. Yeah. That used to be in the top 3.
Yeah.
But then the Grinch movies came out and it kind of made its way down.
Maybe this will help you. 511 million.
Okay. All right.
So sports.
Yes.
WROI will be broadcasting. There was some basketball on yesterday afternoon, right?
There was some basketball on yesterday afternoon, and I think that's it for this weekend until Monday.
It's Christmas time, and Randy will be back on the air with some things after the holiday, and it's good. Not much is going on now. People are, getting ready for the Christmas holiday, and got some college basketball. IU's playing Kennesaw State tonight. Interesting. Tanner's listed Purdue, just number 1 Purdue 12-0. Guess they don't play anybody ever again.
Yeah.
So probably taking the week off.
Probably.
Like I know the Big Ten season starts right after Christmas, so that's what's happening in sports.
Tanner just wanted to list Purdue because he gets to talk about Purdue because, once they really start playing good teams, they're not going to be number 1 anymore.
All it said on the script here is number 1 Purdue 12-0.
Ah, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
NFL, Colts and the Chargers Monday night.
Yep.
That's on ESPN, but also on our home station WROI. So.
Yep. We'll have pregame starting at 7:30.
So they've benched their quarterback again.
Yes.
It's kind of a train wreck this year, it seems like. And,
yeah, a little bit.
I don't know if teams ever officially tank, but it kind of seems like,
they're getting there.
Every loss moves them up the draft choices, and hopefully they're smart enough to get a good draft choice. The Bears are playing the Bills on Sunday at 1 o'clock on CBS.
Okay.
Tanner's Tidbits today. On this day in 1888, Vincent van Gogh cut off his left ear with a razor.
Ah.
You know any of the story behind that?
Vaguely. I know it has something to do with his at the time, ex-girlfriend, because she had left him, and he was attempting to get her back.
And there was a fight with his friend Gauguin, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
I think they were battling over her and sliced his ear off.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. You might appreciate this. Tanner brought this up. On this day in 1951, the NFL championship at the Coliseum in Los Angeles featured the Rams and the Browns.
And the last time we ever made it.
Unfortunately, Browns didn't win.
No.
It was 24-7. But it was the first coast-to-coast televised NFL title game.
All right.
So that's a good thing to be in the records for.
Yeah.
I remember this, actually. On this day in 1968, Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, and William Anders became the first men to orbit the moon.
Oh, yeah.
I remember watching that on TV, and they read from Genesis when they first looked back at Earth from the moon with the moonscape on there. It's pretty cool, even though it was very grainy black and white. But I do remember that. We were gathered with family around Christmas that time. Of course, December 23rd, you know what day that is? Festivus Day.
Ah, okay.
So Paul is the guest today for WROI.
Yeah.
We'll be airing our grievances and doing feats of strength later, right?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Are you a Festivus fan? The Seinfeld created thing became kind of famous.
No, actually, I didn't watch Seinfeld. I haven't even watched. I think I've seen maybe a total of 10 episodes.
Okay.
And that's about it.
Well, this one was in 1997, so if you're ever looking for something that's pretty interesting, it's
all right.
The Costanza family. It's created by them, and Festivus Day. It's kind of a pre-Christmas celebration, and they do feats of strength and airing of grievances.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
so airing of grievances sometimes is a good thing. Sometimes
that is
not.
a good thing. Yeah.
That leads to the feats of strength, which is
right, because
usually wrestling's involved with that.
Yeah, somebody won't like what somebody had to say about them in their grievance session, so then you do your feats of strength.
Because there's something about that's how the festival starts off. Is there's a wrestling match.
Oh, okay.
You got to pin the person under the Festivus pole. A little too much about Festivus, it seems like, right? We'll move on from there. The milestone I mentioned earlier, the Times Theater, look for that video on Facebook. It's really impressive. It's awesome. Flowers to Connie Bachtel from a teller that we have is retiring from the bank today.
Oh, enjoy retirement.
Yeah, she will. She had a little speech yesterday. We had a little kind of ceremony for that, not knowing what today looked like. But the bank is open today, and come in and wish Connie best wishes in her retirement. Money news. Down again.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Things I read, stocks fell Thursday after economic data pointed to a strong labor market and faster economic growth. So why does that make the market go down?
I have no clue.
Yeah. In business news, Fortnite. Are you a gamer?
I am, but I have never once played Fortnite.
Okay. They had some interesting settlements with the Federal Trade Commission last few days. They agreed to pay $520 million because it says they violated online privacy protections for children and tricked players into unintended purchases.
Oh.
Then they had a separate suit of $245 million where consumer refunds, basically about tactics that trap customers into paying for goods and services and create obstacles to canceling. So I read a little bit about this, like the left button usually might be canceled. They moved it to the right button.
Oh.
And so they made it difficult. So that's almost $1 billion they're paying.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Fortnite is a very popular game, or was at one point in time.
Yeah, it still is. There's a bunch of people, a lot of communities around that game.
Yeah. So that's our business news, our money news today. Banks open today. Be open tomorrow, 8:30 to noon. With the weather, always stay tuned. We'll be closed Monday, December 26th. You can always bank with us online with our mobile app. If you don't want to go out today and have your check, good time to use our mobile app to get that posted to your account.
Yes.
It's free to download. Our ATM's open 24/7 if you need some cash. We offer Simply Free checking accounts and Simply Free business checking accounts. Of course, when you open a new account or refer somebody to open an account, you can get a Martha Stewart storage set of glass dishes or an FSB power bank to charge your devices.
Okay.
We're offering contactless debit cards now. We offer commercial loans for business. Contact Lindy Breeden for more information. He's had a great year. Helped lots of small businesses out in our communities, and we've had a great commercial small business lending program. Then also talking about the Dow Jones and the stock market. It's never too late to talk to Mark Blubaugh or Brian Bell just to make sure you understand what's going on in the market, and they can help you with what you're at with your assets and help you make sure you're making the right decisions as you plan for your future needs, retirement, and et cetera.
Yes.
You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We are FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 39927.
Missed a 9.
No, 399927.
There you go. And that makes us legal.
I always do that. That's why one of Paul's responsibilities is to keep us honest, and
yeah,
you do a good job of that, Paul.
I follow along. I always tap my fingers when the 9s start.
I should look for that because I can see that. Yeah. that would help me out.
So, yeah, sometimes it's not as clear. Sometimes it's just my hand sitting there and I kind of just push down on my fingers. But I always try to count along because
thank you.
3 9s in a row can be a little confusing sometimes.
Especially in my mind as I get older.
No. There's not anything to do with that.
So Paul is our guest today. We're going to be talking about WROI and the great things they've done in the community since they became involved in the radio station locally. How many years now?
Giant FM launched August 1st of 2019.
3 years, wow.
Yeah.
Time flies, doesn't it?
It does. It's been a crazy, exciting 3 years.
And you've been with the radio station all 3 years?
Yes, yeah. I was with Tom and Sue 2 years prior to the switch, and then I got to be a part of the whole process of changing over.
So what's your role with WROI? Other than on-air personality. I know you wear a lot of hats.
I do. The best way to kind of talk about it is I kind of do a little bit of everything. I handle the IT side of things.
You're the technical guru.
Yes. I also handle our traffic, which makes sure the commercials play when they need to play and things like that. So when First Federal says, "Hey, we're changing a commercial," I gotta make sure that all happens properly. I also communicate with the gentleman who does our music. He'll send me logs for each day that I'm responsible for importing into our automation system to make sure that we play music.
Okay.
So, And, of course...
he's creating a playlist, and then you make sure it happens.
Yeah, he creates the playlist. I make sure it happens. And I also write the imaging, which is the fun little things that you hear play between the songs.
Okay.
So if you don't like the imaging, that's probably because I wrote it.
So reach out to Paul on Facebook or something like that.
Yeah, just go, I don't like that one. Okay. All right, we'll change it.
So you wear a lot of hats here.
I do.
I know you've upgraded the technology here quite a bit over the last few years, and still doing some more, it seems like.
Yeah, every time I think we're done, we're looking at changing something else or adding something else. And right now, I think we're good for the rest of 2022. I don't think any technology's changing in the next week, but anything's possible with us.
Yeah, with supply chain, I think it's probably hard to get something ordered in a week, right?
Yeah. I know when we ordered our soundboard, it took us a good 3 or 4 months before we ever got it. And that was just because there was 1 or 2 things that they needed that they couldn't get their hands on.
So our guest today is Paul Zartman from WROI Giant FM. What got you interested in radio?
I have always been interested in radio. I remember being a kid, I had the radio and cassette tapes. I remember cassette tapes.
Did you ever use your cassette to record radio music? Because we couldn't afford to go out and buy one?
Yep. I had many different playlists, and a lot of time I would leave space in between the songs, and then I'd pretend I was talking on the radio over that. So my cassette tape would become the radio station that I was.
You still have any of those?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I still have some of my
kids to hear sometime,
Well, they didn't hear me on it.
That's true.
So I always just would.
That's right. You were just filling in.
Hit play, and then the dead air would hit, and I would talk, and then the next song would start.
So it seems like in radio, at least from my recollection, going back to the old days of listening to WLS in the 60s and 70s, and there always was radio voices. So did you have your own radio voice when you were doing this?
I tried.
The 80s and 90s?
I've tried and tried and tried. And it wasn't until a couple of years ago that I really figured out how to change my voice. It's not drastic from on air to regular talking, but there is a little bit of a difference.
And maybe I should get some counseling off air from you, because I could use that counseling to change my voice.
It's no fun.
Yeah. Plus, I am who you are, and so it is what it is. This is the voice I have, and let's go with it.
Exactly.
So a lot of things have happened at WROI, and you also have some other ventures that you're going into. Can you talk a little bit about some things that happened this year, maybe what's forecast for next year, and your new ventures? Yeah.
Of course, we're always looking to continue to grow, add radio stations. I never know when any of those are going to happen. I don't make those decisions, but I know we're always looking to add more. Scott and I have joked he wants to be able to have Giant FM cover every part of Indiana.
That's a great.
Not
idea.
Not a station everywhere, but just kind of get those signals close enough to each other that there's always a Giant FM somewhere from the southern tip of the state to the northern tip.
Well, for example, you can get WROI pretty far, and that basically is on transmitter strength. Is that how that works?
Yes. And the atmosphere has a lot to do with it. It's actually weird. Most people would think when it's clear out, your signal would go further. The clouds actually help carry our signal.
It bounces
some.
It down and doesn't disperse it.
Yeah. About 2 weeks ago, Coyote Chris, our afternoon guy, sent me a text message. Goes, man, WROI is coming in crystal clear in downtown Fort Wayne.
Wow.
I'm going, wow, all right. Normally starts getting a little staticky just east of North Manchester, but
so you've got like 25 miles covered without a problem, basically.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, we are about 50 miles.
50 miles, okay.
Somewhere between 40 and 50 miles without too much issue.
I apologize for under.
No. You're fine. It depends on which direction you're going. But yeah, we can reach down to the Grissom Air Force Base.
I know. I've heard
sometimes we go even further than that. I've heard close to South Bend. We can reach up there.
But the good thing is with our personal devices, you can get it anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You can stream that anywhere. I mean,
yep. If you download the free Giant FM app, as long as you've got signal on your phone or connected to some type of Wi-Fi, you can listen to WROI from wherever.
I know I've told you this, and we've listened on the radio show a couple times, but I remember listening to the Indianapolis 500 while in California and while in Italy.
Yeah.
On WROI. So.
Yeah. Tom Baer, the former owner, listens from Florida a lot. So, yeah, you can definitely listen anywhere. And another venture, kind of our sister product, is based out of Shelbyville, and that's our Office Hub.
Office Hub. What's Office Hub?
Office Hub is an office supply company that Scott and his wife own. And it's similar to Staples. You can get pretty much anything and everything.
Online services, I assume?
Online services. You can go to iwantmysupplies.com, and you'll get all the stuff they have to offer. This past year, or 2022, Office Hub has done office furniture for the new jail.
Okay.
They've done office furniture for the Chamber of Commerce. And they're looking to do even more. The end goal with Office Hub is to bring a storefront up here into Fulton County. Any of our business cards have been printed down there. Our sales flyers that I'm sure Tanner's seen come from there.
So it's not just office furniture. I mean, it's
you can
paper
get
and pens,
pens, ink for your printer,
toners, things like that.
You can get it all with Office Hub. There's all sorts of catalogs. We've got stuff here at the station that you can come look through, or of course you can always get on iwantmysupplies.com and find anything that Office Hub has to offer.
It's easy to remember. iwantmysupplies.com.
Yep. He wanted something simple when he was looking for a URL, and I want my supplies, so why not iwantmysupplies.com? And that's what he went with. So you can get on there.
And you mentioned Scott. Scott's the owner of the radio station.
Yes, yes. Owns the 3 radio stations, and then, of course, Office Hub. So lots of supplies, whether you are looking for mailers. I know you guys have done mailers in the past. Office Hub can print those. They'll even mail them out for you. There's a lot of cool things that Office Hub has to offer. It is the hub for anything office related.
And they've been doing this for many years now, just kind of promoting it more, and iwantmysupplies.com.
Yep. It's undergone a few name changes, but Office Hub is the final product that they have now. And it doesn't matter. Like I said, you want a pen with some stuff printed on it, they can do that. Magnets. If, for instance, we just did some banners for the hospital.
Okay.
Any of the banners that you see when we're out at any of our remotes, or when Randy's doing sports games, the banner he has that says Giant FM Sports on it came from Office Hub. So
that's great to know. I know that you're supporting the community, even with the jail furniture and the chamber furniture, and and you mentioned remotes. I mean, it seems like you guys are out doing a remote pretty much a lot of weekends. In the summer, of course, and that's a good thing. You're very involved in the community, and we as the bank recognize that, and thank you for doing that. But I know you try to get involved in the community, you have your trailer, and you try to go to as many events as possible. Yeah,
and sometimes the events don't have space for the trailer, so we have a tent that we can bring. And if it's an indoor event, we've got plenty of equipment that we can just set inside too.
So that's a good way to have some promotion if you want. If anybody's looking to have a unique event they're having, bring out WROI for an on-site.
You can call the station at 574-223-6059 and talk to either Randy or Todd. Zartman, not Van Sickle. Yeah. The other Todd.
Yeah, I understand.
And they'll tell you how we can get that going for you.
The same thing about Card Hub. If anybody has any questions about Card Hub, they can probably give you a call to.
Yeah, Todd would be able to handle that one better for Office Hub because he's down in Shelbyville twice a week. Scott's up normally once a week. Johnny will come up occasionally as well. So we can get stuff up here pretty much next day or within 2 or 3 days from the day you order it. So quick turnaround times on anything from Office Hub. So really definitely suggest checking out iwantmysupplies.com.
So what's 2023 look like for the radio station and iwantmysupplies.com?
Continued growth. I don't know what exactly that looks like for the radio station. I think we might be bringing in some more members to add to our team throughout the 3 different markets that we're in. I never know. Scott's plan, like I said, he's always looking to add another radio station. Never know if or when that'll happen.
More technology opportunities for you.
Yeah, more technology.
You go back and retrofit and update those.
Absolutely, because, you got to make sure they've got the best stuff. And then, with Office Hub and just getting more people used to having another place to go shop local to get your supplies. And Office Hub is a member of the Chamber of Commerce, and they do accept the Chamber dollars.
That's awesome.
So
I know as a local community, the bank's based in Rochester, and the radio station has always been very helpful to us. And, we think about doing something and talk to the radio station, and your always answer is, sure, why not? Let's try something. And you've been very supportive of the bank and everything. And I know you're supportive of all the nonprofits in the area, giving them airtime. That's great, because that's how some of that knowledge gets out there to our community, awareness of things like United Way or other things. You do a great job promoting that, so thank you for that.
You're welcome. We greatly appreciate it, and we enjoyed the opportunity to be a part of the community. I know a lot of radio stations these days are just that. They're just radio stations. Right. They're playing music. They don't have anything local. They'll say they're based out of whatever town, and really
it's all automated. There's really no personalities behind it, nothing local.
Yep.
I mean, even with Fulton County Post, you guys, was that this year you rolled that out, or was that last year?
It was the last half of 2021, but it really has taken off in 22. And we've added the feature where you can get up to 5 news stories emailed to you every day, Monday through Friday.
That's a great thing, too, because sometimes if you hear something's happening locally, I mean, you can pretty much go to Fulton County Post, and there'll be something about it on there. Usually.
Yes, yeah. And, with Fulton County Post, there's a calendar section under events, and you can submit anything that's going on. I know Recovery Cafe has used that quite frequently for events they have coming up, that you can just go there, and it's free, and anybody who goes to the calendar can see it.
Well, WROI and Giant FM are a great partner in our community and a leader in our community, and we appreciate that. And thank you for all you do for the community.
Well, thank you guys for coming in every week and keeping the First Federal program going.
That's our plan. We do have some news about next week's program. It's going to be a special program.
Yes.
A lot of places do years in review, and unfortunately, Dick Belcher passed away this year, and we had a show in April where we kind of did a memorial tribute to that, and we're going to replay that show next Friday.
Yes.
And so that'll be a good opportunity just to think about our heritage of the bank, and just also to recognize Dick and his contributions to the community. And so if you want to listen to that replay, that will be featured next week on next Friday morning.
Sure will.
Thank you for doing that, Paul.
Hey, no problem.
Back
I'm
to the
looking
trivia
forward
question.
to it.
Holiday movies. Home Alone, Home Alone 2, Dr. Seuss, The Grinch Stole Christmas, and The Grinch. I said maybe I'd give you the years. You want the years?
No.
Okay.
I've kind of been rolling this around in the back of my head, and I think you're right. I think this has come up before. Because I was wrong. Because I think I went with How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas being number one, and it was
that
wrong.
Was the Jim Carrey one, right?
Yes, it was wrong, and it was The Grinch.
That's absolutely correct. So you pulled one over on Tanner. He tried to fool you, but
yeah, I remembered that one, Tanner.
Yeah, you won out. Okay, that was 2018. Okay. I think it's the same company that did like the Minions and things like that. Yeah. Never seen it. Have you seen it?
I have once.
Okay.
And I watched the tail end of it earlier this year.
So time now between Christmas to watch movies is narrowing down. Would you recommend that or not?
Yeah, I would. It's a little bit of a different take. It's a little funner than the original.
Yeah, there's some darkness into that.
Well, yeah.
Thank you, Paul. We want to wish a Merry Christmas to everyone. Be safe out there today and this weekend. Your safety is really important, and
don't go out if you don't have to.
I wish you the best, and Merry Christmas to everyone, and we'll hear from you in the new year.
Yes, looking forward to 2023. Thank you so much, Todd.
Thank you, Paul.
Do we have any words of wisdom, or is our words of wisdom just Merry Christmas?
That's why you get the big dollars here. You make me do my job. Christmas is, of course, the time to be home, in the heart as well as the body. Gary Moore, an American celebrity.
Those are good words of wisdom. All right, Todd, thank you so much. We'll see you in 2023.
Yes.
With those words of wisdom, this has been the First Federal Program. Join us every Friday at 7:30 on WROI Giant FM.